Yep.
Let's do it. Alright, here we are, Winners Bracket Finals of Gold Division Cycle 5, Reason Gaming taking on Prime Icarus. One of these teams going to Diamond, the other one will have a second shot at it if they can make it to the Losers Bracket Finals and then get to the Grand Finals of Cycle 5. But both of them probably very interested in getting back, as Reason Gaming was unceremoniously dumped earlier, and Prime Icarus, similar stuff, but going to be joined by Salim of Twisted Fusion, who has played against both of these teams. Did you play against Reason?
No. No.
No, you didn't.
Not even versus PI either.
Really?
Yeah, we had a very unfortunate cycle.
No, not this cycle. I'm sure you played against PI before.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
PI and scrims, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Like I was wondering about a Reason because it's Reason, but
No.
they've been in Diamond for most of the thing, and Twisted Fusion has not. But hey, you could have played Reason in Diamond before, but no.
Nope.
Nope. Oh well. It's the luck of the draw. I guess you don't have
What's,
anything to add, so I might as well just kick you. Sorry.
Yep.
But you're drafting now too for Twisted Fusion.
Yep.
So that's gonna be good. Maybe you'll have something constructive to say about the draft. First couple of bands from Imboboy are Ophelia and Parasite. Cthulhu and Swipplay can be taken out by Zowie, so nothing hugely crazy about any of that. Parasite getting banned out, of course, because Shorthand plays Parasite, and because Parasite is a good hero. Legions are going to start with Magmus into Engineer, while the Hellborn side respond with Kraken. So Tempest still on the board.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised if that gets picked up here or in the next pick. And in general, pretty typical draft on both sides, I'd say, so far.
What's going on with the roster though?
Right.
Strufter and
Strayfooter and Warzong, both ringers for PI. Apparently, File and Slaskadret were not available for this series, which is really iffy because it's the Winners Bracket Finals. Yep.
That's painful.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, Reason's using a ringer for Nier as well. Starzor's playing on the Legion side, so I guess that balances out. Strayfooter a good player too, so it's not like they're losing that much. But second pick Rhapsody. Now this is something we've seen actually pretty consistently from Gold Division teams, and not so much from Diamond Division. We still see Rhapsody highly valued in Gold, and maybe shouldn't be as much. I don't know. You have any thoughts on her transition now?
Yeah. I think it's part of their draft, but I don't value it that high.
Yeah.
To second pick it or first pick.
I saw, who was it the first pick did? Might have been Solar Club even. But, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like Legion already has two pretty huge heroes, Magnus and Puppet Master, Engineer too. It's
and it will be third pick Tempest. Now, PI sort of know they can get away with that because Reason doesn't tend to play too many jungle-oriented heroes, and so they can save that third pick. So they do get the Tempest Kraken combo, and with a Rhapsody on top of that, that's some pretty solid team fight and some decent push. PI has also been going for these sneak push strats, where they draft 3 heroes in the start, like usually 1 initiator and 2 good teamfight heroes that can also push, and then in the last 2 picks, if circumstances are right, they can pick up 2 more heavy push heroes and go for an all-in push lineup, and it's worked very well. And they have it set up here as well with Rhapsody and Tempest, so wouldn't be surprised if they manage to do that. But giving Puppet to Imboboy, generally a bad plan, so let's see how that works out. First couple of bands for Imboboy are Keeper of the Forest and Soul Reaper. So now I'm going to start out with Electrician. And I do want to talk about Engineer for a little while, because I really like Engie, and I don't know why more people don't pick him, especially with the Magmus combo and how popular and powerful Magmus is right now. Like that, it's a traditional lane. It's not anything new. We're not breaking ground here with Magmus Engie, so I don't know why people don't pick that up more often.
Yeah. I like Imboboy, his bands. It's kind of like he sees it coming.
Yeah, he does. That Keeper of the Forest and Soul Reaper are actually very, very typical picks for PI when they run that sneak push strat, so that's exactly what they pick. Well done, Imboboy. That's a good call. Clearly done some research. And Hellborn's bans are going to be Electrician, Pharaoh, and Bubbles, so taking out more of the initiator type things, as they already have a Magnus, so they have some initiation off the bat, but apparently more concerned about additional stuff. Pharaoh also counter to Tempest, so they will get another counter. So Pure Magic Stun from Tundra. And I don't know, how do you feel about Tundra? I'm on the fence.
I'm not that familiar with Tundra, but he can be very effective with
Yeah.
his abilities, the bird and everything.
Right.
It's a very impactful hero if played correctly.
And that's the difficulty, is usually people who are good with the
Yeah.
Shiver can create a lot of havoc with Tundra, because you can see ganks, and you can set up ganks and stuff, and it's a big problem. But if you don't know how to place that bird, then that hero doesn't do all that much damage, doesn't have that much lockdown, can't get away, not super tanky, so it's a bit of a problem. But they're going to fourth pick a Plague, and I don't like that very much. I don't know. Feelings?
Yeah. I don't know what to expect from it. Probably it could be played as a suicide or just a second support on the long lane, so he can farm. Someone else to farm. No, I don't know. It's probably suicide.
Yeah, I'm guessing suicide.
Because they have a jungler.
Yeah.
I didn't see the jungle. Suicide.
I'm guessing Suicide Plague as well. Which is better? I think Kraken is a little better suited to be in the middle lane, and this will allow them to pick up short lane carry and have Rhapsody babysit. So they're gonna have decent lanes, but eh.
Yeah, it gives away a lot of their laning
Right,
draft too. You know, it's very readable at the moment how they're gonna play this.
I think we're at the Legion side who are looking for a second support and could conceivably still go tri-lane with either Magnus or Puppet Master. They could go double dual lanes as well. They have two suicide options in Magnus and Tundra, so not too much in terms of their laning phase that we can read into at this point. But I mean, like, Suicide Plague in general, I get why people do it, but I don't know. He's squishy. He doesn't have an escape mech. He's gonna get lane control if you play him very well and don't get countered, but like, you need to pull ward, and I'm not a huge Plague Rider fan in general, personally, so I don't know.
I like to see Plague as a second support. In some drafts, it works really well as a second support. But yeah, chipper.
And it's going to be the Chipper as the last pick, which is interesting. So that's going to be a support Chipper or a support Tundra? Or...
No, TPs.
I mean, Priceless is usually their second support player, so it's going to be support Mag. Is that what's happening here? Yeah.
Yeah, hard support Mag.
It's going to be a support Mag. I think it's going to be hard support NG and second support Mag.
Yeah.
They're probably going to tri-lane this. In fact, they're definitely... I cannot imagine they're not going to tri-lane this with Puppet. Yeah, so it's going to be Oogie, too, as the last pick for Hellborn, which is a pick I'm mostly okay with, actually. Chipper's focus buffer is going to be good against that, but in general...
Let's get it
well, okay, now I'm reevaluating. You have focus buffer, you have energy field, and you have a lot of CC tools.
A lot,
for Oogie. So... yeah, maybe not so much. We're going to see Shrunken on Puppet. The reason I was okay with it in the beginning was because we're probably going to see Shrunken on Puppet and not on anybody else, at least for a while. Maybe Tundra, but it's iffy because he likes to go Portal Key, maybe even Puzzle Box, various other utility items, and he usually has issues farming really, really effectively unless he gets all the ganks off, so he may not have enough to farm the Shrunken. But, I don't know, do you think this is going to be effective?
Shrunken.
The Oogie, in general.
Oh, the Oogie. I don't think I like it in this draft. Against Legion at least. I mean, it's like you said, the buffer is gonna take away a lot, and then Magnus can easily get out. Then you have Fenji with the turret. I don't know. It feels like a hero that needs lockdown for him, and they only have Rhapsody to offer that in the laning phase.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of AoE lockdown, they do have Tempest and Kraken. So they've got something in team fights.
Yeah.
The issue is hitting those spells and then keeping people in place, because we're going to see at least 2 push books, I would imagine, on the Legion team. Maybe even 3. Plus you have cancels to the Tempest Ultimate and getaways and stuff. You have Cold Shoulder from Tundra and Lava Surge, plus CC tools. The other thing that I'm concerned about now is all of Hellborn's damage is magical. Kraken will do a little physical, but it's pretty much all magical damage at this point, between Plague Rider and
Yep.
Oogie. And once Shrunken Heads show up, even Vestments, it's going to be a lot of damage mitigation. So, I don't know. I might have gone for a little more physical carry. I don't think Silhouette was banned. And Ceratops plays a really good Silhouette. I feel like Silhouette would have been a great hero in this draft. It's like with a Null Stone against PM, that would have been nice, but I don't know. Sorry, I feel like I keep interrupting you.
No, it's you're right.
But yeah, it's gonna be the aggro tri-lane for Reason Gaming, and they will be going up against the dual lane of Oogie and Rhapsody. I'm just eating his way into the trees here, looking for a Lava Surge opening, and they're sort of trying to fake like this isn't what's happening, but PI should be well aware that there's some aggro tri-lane here, because who's gonna suicide a Puppet Master? And they also did block a couple of camps out on the Legion side, so far left hard camp and the pole camp also going to be blocked. Notable that Plague Rider did not block the pole, but since it's a solo Tundra in this bottom lane, he's not going to have too many opportunities to stack and pull.
Yeah.
And he's already got lane control on Warzong's side, so...
Both of them got insane pulled region.
Yeah, and anyway, top lane, Rhapsody going to be in some trouble as everything's getting dropped on her face. Now there's no way he's getting out of that. So the tri-lane does its work.
Patience pays off.
And I'm not really sure what Snowy was doing there.
I think he was scouting or something like that.
Well, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
You found them. I mean, like, you have to assume that this is a tri-lane, right? And where else are they going to be?
Oh.
Besides, like, in the shop, which would be a really strange position for them. I don't know. But he got in deep. Too deep. Couldn't recover. He'll be headed back to the top lane as they're going to find Magmus here, so a little bit of damage is going to get poked out as the Scottish Suns will go through. Tempest not enough mana for the Glacial Blast, so even if he did have it, it'd be a bit of a waste considering he needs it for elementals. And alright, so that's top lane. Probably going to go in favor of Reason now, especially as they have lane control back, and we do have a triple stun, or a multiple CC at least, lane. Could do the puppet show with stun of some sort. But middle lane, it's going to be Kraken up against Chipper. Chipper currently sitting at 280 gold per minute, and Kraken is at 215, so Strayfighter having some issues in this middle lane. Not a huge surprise, as he doesn't particularly like to go up against ranged heroes. Now, once Kraken hits 6, I feel like Chipper has to be really careful. If he can get the focus buffer off and eat a bunch of magic damage, he might be okay, but the Kraken combo should be able to kill him, and assuming it's properly executed. And then we've got the bottom lane as well. Tundra going up against Plague Rider. And it's going to be... Plague Rider actually doing not terribly here. He's getting consistent lane control, and his GPM isn't the highest, 190, compared to Tundra at 212, though, so Tundra not doing that well either. And the Suicide Plague definitely working out.
Yep. Yeah, in a 1v1 situation can be very powerful.
Yeah. And this Tundra just has very little capacity to kill Plague Rider. He does something like that, and it's like it gets returned out with a couple of auto attacks, and the damage is back. So it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? So, not bad. And it's interesting. They also have the Legion have a Ward of Sight in their own woods. I guess they figured Tempest might go aggro jungle, but like, I don't know, Tempest doesn't really feel like an aggro jungle. Like, we see it occasionally, but rarely, and usually what happens is the aggro jungle Tempest then transitions to his own jungle after he gets kicked out, which takes about 2 minutes. So, I don't know. A little odd to me. Ogi, Rhapsody, and Tempest looking for something here. Turret gonna get dropped by Engineer. He's got some staccatos on him though, and a Glacial Blast, and he will be falling here. Yes? Yeah, he will. Also, Ogi's gonna get that kill, and they're also gonna pop the Mana Ring, as Shortcan has it already. Looking for perhaps a bit more of an engagement, but aren't gonna be able to find it. And they will even up the hero kill score.
Well played.
Indeed. Nice gank. And now he hit level 3 too. He was level 1 very recently, so I guess he's been in the woods leeching some XP off of Tempest. And middle lane actually, Storyfooter will die in just the beginning and end of that, but Chipper didn't even have to use his ultimate. So that's not great. Usually don't want to see Kraken dying like that at all, and then without the use of the ultimate, he clearly clearly things didn't go well. But bottom lane, Plague Rider chasing down this Tundra a little bit and might get a counter kill. Zane, you have to be real careful. Plague Rider continues to find him. Couple more autos will finish him off. He puts the counter with the blades, and yeah, not gonna matter. Warzong actually picking up a kill on the short lane Tundra. And as a suicide, that's basically Christmas.
Yep.
Thing you're not supposed to do as a suicide is die. And if you can get a kill, man, that's you're a god. In a 1v1 lane, it's a little less impressive, but still not bad. And Zane now at 175 GPM, Warzong at 233, so still not having the best farm, but absolutely keeping this Tundra down. And he's now out leveling him by 2, so we're gonna have a level 7 Plague. Tundra now hitting 6, and the message is
Kraken using the haste, moving bottom.
yeah, and they're looking for a second kill. They do have release of Kraken, so and there's no vision from Zane, so yeah, he's dead. He's real dead. Assuming Sweeper doesn't completely miss this, he's actually the ultimate and will be able to kill the Plague Rider, but he's gonna get counter kill. Kraken not even needing the ultimate, and that's a trade they'll take on Hellborn.
Yep. Yeah, it was a Plague. He should have definitely not even been there.
Right. Once they saw Zane and he was too far gone, just like backup. But it's still fine. Not the greatest, but still fine. Anyway, they're gonna get onto Engineer once again. Glacial Blasts are there. Nice stun in the background on the from Magnus. He put the puppet show as well onto Tempest, who had the ultimate available, but do not allow the staccatos. Oogie looking for Magnus, but he's actually TP out, and they do successfully ward off the gank. And nope, Tempest ultimate gonna go down in the bot onto the Puppet Master. That's gonna be 1 kill. The question is, will they get anything else? And I don't think so. Boy falls to the Tarquake. Tundra rotating to the top lane, trying to set up a gank, but has no ult, so not really sure what he's looking for. That was weird. I mean, Magnus had poured it out. Engie was not particularly high on life. Zane has no ultimate, and he's going to port top and gank what exactly? I don't know. Anyway, 8-minute rune can be controlled, as Rhapsody actually picks it up, but eats a Lava Surge for her trouble, and the Tundra ultimate, so now he is going to fall. Bray actually sniping it with the rockets. Unnecessary, but now he gets the kill. So he can lord that over his teammates. I have 2 kills and you don't. Kraken looking for something. So Zane having some issues in that bottom lane, and he's choosing to rotate, which is a solid choice. Feeling like he can't lane against the Plague Rider anymore, but that does mean Plague is getting more or less freeform. And he's at 250 gold per minute in the bottom lane, which is not really what's supposed to happen.
Yep.
Alright, so PI taking a pretty solid lead actually, as they do have the jungle versus dual support advantage. That's nice. They have a gold lead, which is decent, and an experience lead, which is substantial, 3k. Now, what do you think their game plan is from here? Do they go group up? Do they try to gank with Kraken? Or do they take towers and team fight?
Hellborn, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say. I think they need to shut down this top lane. They need to make sure Puppet does not come back, or anyone comes back. That's what they need to try to do, and they're probably gonna need plague rotation for that. After they pick up some kill stop, maybe push out those 2 towers.
Yeah. And they could take a couple towers in the top lane relatively quickly with Tempest and Rhapsody. So, yeah, I'd like to see Shortcan get a little more active. He does use his ultimate, of course, but he's been mostly in the woods. We've seen him gank a couple of times, and that's been successful. And about 10 minutes in, he has lots of opportunity to go kill stuff. They do have a ward of sight on Legion's side here, so we'll spot out Tempest rotations as long as he doesn't come around that back route that he did before. And does this Rev see that? Yeah, it does. So now he's just placing a ward of sight, and he's going to have it immediately countered. Sucks to be him. Oh well. Tundra mid, looking to set something up on the Kraken. So despite their lead, PI are playing this pretty passively, and it's really Reason Gaming who are getting more active, which is fine, I guess. Seems like they can set up ganks. And okay, well now we see Plague rotating over. I think the Shiver spots him. Yep, bird dead. And Chipper not gonna get ganked, so Plague Rider can move to the bottom lane once again. And Shortcan rotating over, looking for a jump. Actually, they might find this despite the ward. And Voodoo Puppet can be on Tempest, so they might cancel some stuff. 2-man Lava Surge from Magnus. Here comes a rotation from Engineer and Chipper and Tundra. They're going to get a kill on Tempest right off the bat, and this is exactly the sort of response they needed for Reason Gaming. Magnus looking for another initiation, but he does not. He does have a stun. And now Chipper actually might be in some trouble as he's getting Tarquake down. Sawblade's not going to do too much. Magnus wants a stun. Astrolabe Peel going off from the Plague Rider. And that's going to be it. In the background, actually, Kraken going to eat Voodoo Puppet and Puppet Show. Ultimate from Plague Rider doing a lot, as well as the Kraken Ultimate. And that's going to continue to bounce, do all sorts of damage. Tarquake will finish off Tundra as they pick off 4 hero kills and lose just 2 in Tempest and Kraken. And the only ultimates they used, even, were Plague and Kraken, so they still have the Tempest hold available. Ends up being a pretty solid fight for PI in the end, I'd say.
Yep, definitely. They had to get back. First Chipper got out of position, and then they still continued chasing for I don't know what reason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think Magnus wanted to set up a stun, but didn't work. Anyway, so in the top lane, Puppet Master going to continue to hang out there. Plague Rider rotating to the mid, and bottom is going to be Kraken, as they've sort of switched their lanes up a little bit here on PI side. Kraken up to 240 gold per minute, so still not having the greatest time in the world, but considering Zane has been absent from this bot lane for a very long time, and even when he comes back, he's not going to be super deadly. Switch to a Kraken. So, figuring Stray Footer, good place for him to farm. Now, the only concern I have is they don't really have too much in the way of vision. So, ganks would have been possible, but I'm going to leave anyway. And I should talk about items too, because hey, those are starting to get picked up. Hellborn's side looks like he is going for the icon. We do see a Astrolabe actually. Nope, top lane Magnus will be able to stun out. Will he be able to get out of this is the question. Yes, he will with the nice turret placement from Engineer. Puppet Master sort of rotating over looking for something, but they have a couple of spells down. So now he actually is in some trouble. Gonna get the hold on him. Here comes Chipper as well, and that's gonna be actually a counter onto Priceless before they get the kill on this alley. So. 1-1 at this point, and in favor, I think, of Hellborn's side as they continue to shut down that Magnus. Don't let him get a 4LP. And they also force teleports from their team as well, though. And Imbo actually in a transition to the bottom lane, so Looks like there will be a top push coming through. Tempest finally getting a little bit active. Shiver will be spotted and killed. No, it's invisible actually.
Yeah. They should take a fight before Angie gets 6. And before Magnus gets... Yeah.
Tundra gonna try to deep push a little bit with his piercing shards. And Tempest the Portal Key gonna jump forward. Kraken just melts the Tundra. So Tempest PK at 14 minutes. It's not bad. Short game at 280 GPM. It's not the best, but it's not bad. And they will be taking a top tower. Chipper Rocket's gonna come through. Does a lot of damage to Oogie actually, but not enough. Cliff Fortification goes down. It's not gonna save this tower. There's really nothing they can do about this. Kraken eats another rocket, but in the end, first tower of the game goes to PI in the top lane. Took him a while, but eventually get it. Oh, they're gonna jump Magnus. Yeah, they are. Tempest Hole goes down onto him, and nothing that Priceless can do about that. And keep pushing.
Yeah, because of a pick off, they can do this.
Do not have too many ultimates left. They've got the Plague Rider ulti still. But yeah, I'm actually more okay with them backing off here. I'm not sure how good that would be. Anyway, Sawblades and Rocket's gonna miss in the little lane. Now he's manning up against this Chipper. They will draw 2 teleports, and Oogie's like, yeah, maybe actually I don't want to be here. Eats a couple of rockets. Meanwhile, Tempest's gonna jump in onto the Chipper, puts a Glacial Blast down, and he's gonna get a kill thanks to the nice nuke from Plague Rider. Imperboy in some trouble as he puts the CC tools onto Rhapsody, but that's not really a hero that needs to be locked down, particularly at this point. Astrolabe Field going through as well. That'll help them get back up. Puppeteer's hold onto the Kraken in the meantime. Gonna eat a Lava Surge as well. Nice Rhapsody ultimate. Gonna allow Kraken to survive for a while. He gets back into it. Eruption from Magma's not really doing too much in the background. Imperboy falls. There goes Priceless as well as the Red Boy is dropped. Looks like Engineer hiding in the woods. He might actually live. Tundra gonna drop the piercing shards. And are they gonna find this Engineer? Doesn't look like it. Starzors has found a pretty great hiding place.
Yep.
Hide and Seek Champion 2014. So that's going to turn into another Tier 1 tower kill for PI as they win another team fight. And Kraken Ultimate is back up, so this is looking real good for PI. And not so much for Reason Gaming. So, looking at the current GPM charts, we have Puppet Master up there at 380 gold per minute. Actually, Plague Rider is the top GPM for the Hellborn side, 380 GPM himself. So this Suicide Plague, I feel dumb for questioning it. It's,
yeah.
It's doing pretty well.
Yeah, well, yeah, Legion decided to man up with Puppets.
And I like that call. Like, that seemed like the right decision to me, but that tri-lane did not work out particularly well. They got farm on the Puppet, but...
Yeah, also, Tundra is not really being effective.
Yeah.
I mean, he's being effective, but Strider's bottle, 17 minutes in the game, solo short.
Yeah.
It's not, even with pulled regen, it's not where you want him to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's very, very far away from where you want him to be. And with the Tempest Portal Key now, he could have some issues stopping the Tempest Hole, especially if he gets a Shrunken Head on Shortcan side. I mean...
Kraken also finishing,
yeah,
getting his PK.
He's got PK too, so the initiation potential for the Hellborn side is going to be off the charts fantastic at this point. Shaman's Headdress picked up by Plague Rider. I assume that's going to be built into a Barrier Idol, which is actually pretty okay now that I look at it. And they have the Magnus Eruption, they get the NG stuff, they've got the Chipper Rockets and Saw Blades, and a fair bit of magic damage, especially early on in this game, going to be coming out from Legion side, so Barrier Idol will do some pretty good work. And speaking of other items, he's also got that Astrolabe, which has been useful so far, and as we said, Kraken Portal Key, Tempest Portal Key in the Mana Ring, Oogie finishing up the Icon of the Goddess just now, Rhapsody looking pretty much the same as Tundra, as actually in the bottom lane. He will put the ultimate onto Kraken. Kraken ulti is still available as well. He will set the bottle, but not going to go for anything more, as the teleport reactions are drawn from Reason.
I need your aid.
And Shiver going to spot out Hellborn's rotations as well, trying to pick up that Tundra. And Looks like they'll turn this into a bot tower push as we see Rhapsody and Plague Rider sort of rotating over, but Reason Gaming going to spot this out with their Water Sight in the river, and now getting kicked out of their own woods. Anyway, to finish up items, as we look at them right now, Whispering Helm and Assassin Shroud picked up on Puppet Master, so his farm is solid. Just about the only one on the Legion side who's doing particularly well in terms of GPM. Of course, Tundra, very little in terms of items as we just talked about. Still red boots for the Engineers. Magnus has upgraded to Striders, but he has little else. He's actually about a third of the way to his portal key, which isn't bad.
The Legion have destroyed a Hellborn tower.
Pretty good considering he has 153 gold per minute.
The Legion tower.
He's actually now halfway to his portal key. Tower build is on the lane. It's reasonably surprising to me. Chipper picking up a Mana Ring, as well as Ghost Marchers, and not much else, as his strong early farm in the middle lane has been shut down effectively. So, once they get Magnus Portal Key, does that change much? I feel like maybe not so much. I don't know.
Well, it will definitely stop them, or allow them to take a fight if they're pushing, but I don't know, I feel like Hellborn is so much and it's, I don't know how to say it, they're leading a lot.
Yeah, and so far ahead.
This Plague is really, so far ahead, and this Plague is really doing work. He's gonna be effective. Soon level, I mean, if he's level 16, anytime soon, and if he's gonna get that barrier, then it's, I see him dominating team fights on his own.
And it is a barrier idle pickup for Plague Rider, as he's going to have that delivered to him. So, I mean, the other thing is, like, I like the obviously Magnus needs a portal key, and him getting it is going to help the Reason Gaming team, but the counter initiation potential for the Hellborn is so good. You have Kraken ultimate, you have Rhapsody ulti, so you drop those skills on top of an Eruption, and it's like, well, Magnus is going to die real fast, and any damage he gets out is going to be minimal thanks to the Rhapsody. And I think the other thing you have to be concerned about is portal keys are an item, they're the opposite of Shroud. The more you get of them, the better each one is, because it allows the rest of your team to jump with you. Whereas with Shroud, it's like, you get one Shroud, it's great, you get two Shrouds, it's good, but then revs continue to be, you know, more valuable, and by the time you end up with like 5 Shrouds, you're like, well, a bound eye, and we've negated half of the value of these items, so it's a problem. But with portal keys, they don't have anybody else, and presumably Chipper and Tundra will be looking for a PK. Chipper's actually pretty close to his, but the question I have is, you know, will their follow-up jump be there? They're gonna have to. Their initiation's gonna have to be really, really good with that Magnus if they want to do anything.
Like they could force a fight at Kong, or fake it, or or just push out if you're comfortable about it.
And it looks like PI are pretty comfortable, and they will be taking this mid fight. Kraken moving over as he was in the bottom lane. We have 5 PI heroes grouped up in this mid to try to take out a tier 2. Legion side are doing what they should be, and split pushing in other lanes. They don't want to fight right now, for very good reason. Engie gonna try to stop this a little bit. He won't be able to do too much. This tower is probably going down. They just have a little bit too much damage. Tundra coming in as well, so I don't want to allow a base push.
Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Port's going to be drawn now, as actually PI going to port away themselves. Try to defend the bottom lane. Kraken going in onto Chipper, but that's not going to be any follow-up. Rhapsody is sort of getting left behind, and Tundra's scouting her. She does have a couple of allies, so they won't be able to kill her, but top lane, meanwhile, they didn't really address this, and actually Imboboy doing a lot to push this tower down. He's not going to get it as a port comes in, but his Skeleton King's now dead. He was using it to push the lane. I was like, okay. I don't know, solid creep. It'll cancel the Tempest ultimate. Maybe that's why he wanted it. But seems like it would have been valuable to stack Ancients with as well. And Alright, so as we move 25 minutes or so into the game, PI up 14-7. You can see Imboy taking triple stacked ancients. That's going to get him higher up. But 400 GPM on this Puppet Master. Really not particularly great. Now, Certas is only at 380 himself. And we do have another 380 farmer in that Plague Rider who's continuing to do very well. Shuriken also farming solidly. But it's kind of surprising. Nobody's really taking off in this game. No 400 GPM farmers. And you'd imagine at 25 minutes we'd see a little bit more in terms of overall golds. And top lane, Ogi going to try to chase on the Magmas, but that's not going to happen as he does pick up the portal key. So PK on Mag, PK on Chipper, PK on Tundra. And the concern I had over the lack of portal keys before is now gone. Where the hell did Tundra get a portal key from? Can you pool portal keys? Is that a new thing?
Hello.
His farm is still terrible, but, well, that'll be nice. And Shuriken is actually working on a shrunken head, so...
Something just popped in me. Was Pharaoh banned this game?
Yes. Okay. And they will actually jump onto the Kraken, I believe it's hasted, but it's not going to matter because he can get bursted down super fast. Fantastic coordination by the Legion side and their triple portal key squad, as they basically dropped all of the ultimates on Kraken's head at exactly the same time, and that allowed him to get locked down and enough damage output to wreck him. So, not bad. And this Icon and Oogie too, he doesn't have any charge on it. He's at it now for almost 10 minutes. He's got a Shaman's headdress too. I like the gnomes, but I would have preferred just more pure tankiness, I think. Because if he doesn't cast now, he's gonna die real quick. And they have multiple stuns and CC tools for him. Nullstone would have worked, I feel like. Although it gets taken off pretty easy by the cold shoulder. And they're gonna find the Puppet Master that Dust actually just barely managed to hit him. Nice ultimate from Rhapsody. Will stop a lot of the damage onto the Oogie. And that might be the end of the chase for the Hellborn side as they basically get backed off and don't have too much more capacity to lock people down. And Energy even going to drop the energy field as Oogie runs into that. Kraken portal keys into it. And it'll wear off. All chat, man. Starzors with the manners. That's a good response. But that's going to turn into a mid-push once again, as they know the Voodoo Puppet is down. Energy Field's down for a while as well. Saw Blades will be back up, and the Eruption will be back up relatively soon too. So it will back off, actually. We're going to go to the bottom lane and push. And we see Shrunken picked up on Puppet Master as well as Tempest. So that'll be great for both sides, actually, as each one has a lot of magical damage, but a little more physical on the Legion team. So the Shrunken from Puppet is going to make it real hard for them to kill him. He's not particularly tanky. He's definitely going to counter a lot of their damage. And PI, in fact, is going to group up in the bottom lane. This might be the end of a tier 2 tower once again. The Legion side are actually going to push a tier 2 tower in the top lane. That one's already pretty damn low, so they should be able to get it. The question is, how much are they going to give up in the spot lane as PI continue to push? And yeah, so it's a tower 1-to-1 trade. Middle lane actually, Raps's going to get some stuff. Kraken looking for something on this Tundra. Release of Kraken will barely catch him. Is he going to have enough damage? Yes, he will. Splash on it will finish him off. Energy field in the background. Actually, they will walk right by it, not going to do all that much, and they will get the Glacial Blast down onto Tempest. I don't think NG's going to get out of this. Maybe he will, as the fog prevents the stun from Glacial Blast, actually, and Oogie is now out of mana. Kraken porting in, looking for something, but the rest of Reason Gaming is pushing top lane. And they'll get some pretty good damage onto this now, as they finally get backed off with Rhapsody porting in. But this tier 3 tower taking a fair bit of damage, and Engineer distracted them for a good amount of time. Well played by Starzors. And but looks like PI gonna continue to farm their woods.
Shrunk and picked up on Plague. I don't know. I don't like that. It's like you have a barrier, you're tanky. I don't know. It's not. I feel like a cheap stick for the Plague, for the Puppet,
Yep.
which is the only thing they really have. Would have been the better.
Will Rhapsody be able to get the stun? No. Magnus is gone. Yeah, I completely agree. That's really strange. There are a lot of items that would have made a lot more sense than a shrunken head. I mean, sheep being chief among them, but get pretty much anything. Get a Frostbolt skull, get a Codex, get, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
get a puzzle box. That would have been good.
Anything.
I mean, that's very, very strange. Like, the burial is going to prevent some stuff because...
Even staff or, yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
My issue is, like, they don't have enough magic damage to make that worth it. Like, the barrier idol's going to eat so much of it that by the time it's worn off, how much is the staff, or the shrunken actually going to block?
That's almost
Bottom lane,
7k gold.
Yeah.
It's almost 7k gold only in magic armor.
And I mean, refresher.
Yeah.
You really want to get
Refresher.
tanky? Sustainer will give you some tankiness. Not really, but you can act like it will.
How was that? What? Sustaining?
It gives you HP regen. That's tankiness.
Yeah.
Survivability in team fights. I mean, I just feel like Sustainer's a great item. I'd love to get Sustainer. It's, I mean, having that early game, not at those points, it's not going to help you too much, but in general in the early game, having the extra HP and mana regen can do a lot for you. It's just a question of what do you then turn it into.
Yep.
So it's not always viable, but puzzle boxes picked up on Tundra. I would have liked that on Plague Rider.
The first time I played this game, for the first couple of months, it didn't matter which hero I was. My first item would always be Sustainer.
Yeah.
Would always
It's
be
legit.
Sustainer.
It's legit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not particularly expensive. The build-up is good. You can buy these life tube from the side shop, and it gives you a lot of ability to sustain yourself, literally sustain yourself in team fights.
Yeah.
It allows you to roam. I honestly think that's a really big reason. Like, new Nullstone, why it's coming back so hard is partially because it's cheaper, and that's great. And it's also just generally a pretty good item, but getting that first item Sustainer for a lot of heroes, especially for carries that typically don't get a lot of mana regen items in the early game, or health regen items for that matter, having that is very, very nice. Like, if Silhouette didn't get a Nullstone as her farming item, she would get, what, Thunderclaw maybe? And that's not going to give you health or mana regen. Actually, bottom lane, they managed to pick off Swiftfoot once again, who's dying a lot. He is half of their kills on Reason Gaming's side, and he needs to be a little bit more careful, I think, at this point. But anyway, middle lane, Magnus will PK away and be just fine as he's cleaning up the middle lane. And I feel like Reason Gaming are somehow taking more control of this game. Like, PI continue to have a solid lead, but it's Reason that's continuously pressuring things right now. And
Yeah, yeah. I feel like they could have forced fights at Kong way earlier, or
Sure.
like, I mean, yeah. It's something they're not doing. When all the ultis are up and you're afraid to push, just force a fight at Kong.
And Ogie's got this icon. He's had it for like 15-20 minutes now, and he has no turns. This item is like 3,400 gold of mostly uselessness.
Looks like now they're going Kong. So yeah, they should have done this like 5-10 minutes ago.
They do have Sheepstick on Oogie, and that'll be nice. But he's going to have some difficulty getting that off on prime targets because he's not going to get in the middle of these fights immediately. So most likely Puppet will already have his shrunken up by the time Oogie's looking to use his Sheepstick. Getting out of the Shipper or Tundra or even Magnus is actually not that bad a plan. But
Legion actually, I think they spotted them with that ward. They're gonna push out. Yeah.
maybe, but this Kong is definitely going to die.
Yeah.
Token on Oogie.
Kongor has been slain.
Yep, we'll sell his port. Picks up the token. I would assume that they saw it at some point, considering they have Tundra and the bird.
Yeah, well, they decided to. Nothing they can do about.
Yeah. They are pretty far down in golden experience, and they don't have as many strong teamfight ultimates
The
as
Legion
the
have
Hellborn team do.
destroyed a Hellborn tower.
But they've taken their tower, so they're actually going to even up the towers at this point. And mid tier 2 is relatively low, about the same as the top tier 2 for the Legion side. So, like, for all of the ability that Hellborn have to just fight and win, they're not doing it. And Oogie might be losing his token here. No. Magnus is gonna I'm gonna portal key in the background. I'll get sheeped out. That sounds like a good plan. He's gonna eat a keg sun on Oogie's side, but that was a lot of damage very quickly. I don't really know what Priceless's plan there was, but wasn't a great one. And it looks like that might be the cue for the Hellborn side to group up and push this middle lane. You see Oogie in the front lines with his brand new pretty token, dodging a keg stun, not bad. Very early glyph from Legion.
Yeah.
And he's going to put the Sheepstick in the background onto the Magnus with the Kraken ultimate. That's a real easy kill. I'm not even sure if the Kraken ulti was necessary there. In fact, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But it does allow them to burst the Magnus down, so no eruption will be coming out from them this fight. And he does not have a buyback, so this is going to be a mid-tower kill at the very least. But the bottom lane, actually, they're split pushing. Amber with the double damage rune, and he's going to take these racks. Tempest looking for the initiation. He's got the Glacial Blast down. His Shrunken Head goes off onto Puppet Master. They're going to kill Tempest right off the bat. And one port gets canceled, actually, as Kraken's now going to fall as well. And this is going horribly for Prime Icarus. Tempest actually having to buy back. They will lose bot racks no matter what. They're going to take the mid racks on their side at the very least. And that's a slightly better lane to take racks in. But it's not what they wanted at all. And a fantastic play from Reason as they end up trading, which is...
Well,
perfectly fine for them. They even get a couple of kills as well.
yeah, I don't think there was any reason for Tempest to jump into a solo puppet when you see that. Like, if you see Tundra staying out, then definitely
right.
You need someone else. You need someone else to cover your ass, or you can't go.
I think that might have been a communication issue because Kraken and somebody else were coming in as well. That second port got canceled, and Kraken got blown up because he didn't cancel his. And the timing was also kind of off. So that's actually a situation where I wonder if the ringers comes into play, because you know, these guys are not people who necessarily play with each other for a very long time.
Tune in. I need your aid.
It didn't feel like they really were super aware of what to do or what they want to do. Anyway, Rap's going to get caught out pretty easily, but there's the counter Sheepstick from Oogie as they're going to come in onto Zane the Torturer. Will they get the kill onto Znawi? No, they won't. Yes, they will! Puzzle Box Wizard! And it's going to kill the Bound Eye! Zane with the plays.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah. Meantime, Puppet Master's pushing the top lane. So, this is some rat HoN right here. As Puppet Master's like, yeah, I don't want to fight. I'm going to kill your towers, but I don't want to fight you.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, that's a great strat at this point. It's working out very well. PI still up, and they do have a mid-Rax. They've also still got a token on Oogie, which about has a minute left on it, so that's not going to be too useful, as he really can't push this.
Like, instead of that Shunken or Plague, I really would have loved to see Sheepstick. Imagine a Sheepstick and a PK on him at this moment. You know, he could actually help his team set up and do something about that split pushing from Puppet, because it's insane.
Yeah.
They just cannot stop him. Look how close he gets, and he can just get out. It's...
Well, it's definitely iffy, and now he's saving up 4k gold for reasons, I guess. Like, I don't know why you'd save up this much money on Puppet. Like, or on Plague. You don't need multiple buybacks, I don't think. Anyway, they will catch out Engineer here. That'll be 1 kill. On the top lane, actually, they're also going down onto this Puppet Master. The Rhapsody ultimate was stopped for some reason. I don't know why. Shrunken Heads are up all over the place. Plague Rider ulti doing a lot. Gonna get 2 kills as they waited for the Shrunkens. And that was fantastic timing. So that's gonna end up with 3 hero kills in favor of the Hellborn team, and they need to go push. At the very least, you gotta force some buybacks here, and probably want to get a counter to those racks in the bottom lane.
Very nice ulti from Rhapsody.
Yeah. And, alright, PI, knowing what they need to do, they're gonna jump in the bottom lane. Sheepstick goes through onto Zane. I don't know if actually Oogie's gonna have enough damage to take this out. Maybe he will. He puts the ulti onto Oogie, gonna take a lot of damage as a result of the Saw Blades. And the stuff, actually, Oogie gonna fall as the burst damage from Chipper. Excellent placement on the Saw Blades. They get a buyback out of the Puppet, so that's good. But they lose an Oogie for it, which isn't the greatest. That's not really what they were looking to do. They do get some damage on the tier 3 tower.
Question me.
Either way, strong hold from Reason. 5k gold now on the Plague Rider. We got 3,400 on Shortcan as well, so I guess he's going Refresher. Like, that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. And at least Oogie has some charges now. He's got 3 charges on that icon. He does have buyback as well, so... Oh, now he's dead. But yeah, we saw that fight as well. Oogie sort of inadvertently killing that minion because it was right next to Zane, so he was like, you know, I've got a Tarkway and do a whole bunch of damage. The Puppet Show apparently made him attack as well, so short kind of chat pointing things out. Thank you. But that's why I wanted the puzzle box on Plague Rider, because they have Eruption, they've got Saw Blades. Like, you can literally just have that Mauler sit on top of the Saw Blades and do 600 true damage to Chipper, which is more than half of his health. Like, get a puzzle box, man, damn it. Somebody get a puzzle box. What? Christ. Get 2 puzzle. If you get 2 puzzle boxes and set them on Chipper's Saw Blades, it'll kill him.
Yeah.
I want to see that happen for the hilarity factor, but also because, like, that
Hilarity
would be...
factor.
Well, I mean, come on, how funny would that be? Like, Chipper puts the Saw Blades down, and... Yeah,
That'd be pretty nice to see.
But, okay, Plague is going for the Sheepstick. It's very late, but... Well, they'll have multiple Sheepsticks now. I guess. I don't know. The item choice is a little bit weird from this Plague Rider, and... To be honest, a little strange from Oogie as well. Like, that early icon into let's not take any fights ever was very, very strange. Like... I mean, he got the icon, then they never did anything with it. I don't know why. Okay, Flash Player craft, that's good. Stream's still up, that's not the issue, but my ability to view it in Twitch was compromised. Plague very close to his sheep now, about 50 gold, or not 50, 25 gold off. And there it is. Gets one more CS. There's the mana tube, and great success. Double damage rune on Puppet. He's looking for something. So we're 45 minutes in now, and PI's lead has not increased. In fact, it's slightly decreased. And the other thing you have to consider is as the game goes longer, the absolute value of a gold lead becomes less valuable in comparison because there's just more gold in the game. So 8k gold at 8 minutes, huge lead. 8k gold at 45 minutes, not that big a lead. So the fact that PI has not been able to extend their advantage has more or less meant that they're actually falling closer to even instead of maintaining it. And they have such a reluctance to fight when all of their ultimates are available, and I don't know why. Oogie is going to get found. He's going to see the chipper here, and actually Zane's going to be the jump, but it's going to be the puppet show right off the bat. He's eating a lot of damage. I don't know if he's going to survive this. No, he's not. Kraken ulti will actually not do all that much. Chundra's going to end up falling here as the Staccato Sun finish him off. There's one sheep stick from the Plague Rider onto the Puppet Master, but he'll just be able to run away. Assassin Shroud is going to let him get it. No, Dust of Revelation goes through. Kraken now looking for something, but he gets countered on. Nice Rhapsody ulti. Stopping the rockets actually will be countered, but it's not going to matter. Puppet's still going to fall here. Chipper looking for another engagement. He has a portal key back up in a couple of seconds. We'll take the Plague Rider nuke. Here comes Tempest, looking for an ultimate. Actually, will get it onto 2, and we'll see if they have enough damage to follow us up. Chipper is dead right there. There goes Engineer as well, and a nice fight for PIs. They do lose both Oogie and Kraken, but in the meantime, TPS Priceless is in their base and destroying stuff. He's going to get a tier 3 tower kill up here if he goes for it. So now he actually coming back in with his port. Gonna stop that with the staccatos, and he's gonna get a counter kill on Magnus. Yeah. Yep. Oh, Astrolabe's there! Does he have enough damage to finish this off? Portal key of Magnus, 3 seconds left. Yes, he's gonna get the PK off, and he might be okay. He's gonna actually PK right next to Rhapsody, but Rhapsody with her own portal key. Oh man, that's funny. Poor Zowie. Thinks Magnus is gone. He's not gone. Oh, they're gonna bring the courier over, and they're gonna see him. And Magnus has no teleport. He's gonna get the PK back out, but right in the creep wave, into the steam bath. Creeps are gonna continue to follow him. So now he does not have too much mana, but he's got enough to lock him down a little bit. And yeah, there goes Staccatos, and they finally will get the kill. Your freedom was so close, Magnus. It was so close. But now you have the freedom of death. You're truly free for the first time in your life because you're dead. Or for the 7th time in your life because you've died 7 times this game. Anywho, we got a portal key picked up on the Plague Rider, as well as a refresher on Tempest. So we're looking for double ultis here. And Oogie continuing to work on the Frostwolf Skull. Going to make him substantially tankier, as well as make it really, really hard for him to get kited. Kongor is back up as well. That's going to be the objective. So Oogie running right by the water site from Reason Gaming, and they should be well aware that Kongor is going down. The question is, will they do anything to stop it? Can they do anything to stop it? Tempest Ultimate, the first one at least, is down for another 50 seconds. And they're actually going to back off of Kongor for the meantime. Yep, now they're going back in. You guys want to take Kongor, or do you not want to take Kongor? They are finally committing to this Kongor kill. But Reason going to take this opportunity to push the top lane.
Yep,
The Legion had destroyed the Hellborn Tower.
And they will actually get a 2-man Tempest Hole. Shrunkenhead going up from Tempest as well, and that's going to be a couple of really nice kills off the bat. Tempest not even need to use his refresher, as that's huge. Imbovoid does have a buyback, Chipper does not. And in the meantime, actually, Oogie chasing down Priceless on that Magmus, who was trying to counter the Kongor, and he does not have a buyback either. So, game?
Yeah, very well played.
PI should
No
be able
buyback.
to finish this. No, top lane Zane. He wants the racks. Will he get them? Rhapsody, be careful about that minion. Okay, he gets killed by a creep. And he'll put the Scatos onto Zane. Meanwhile, the bottom lane actually Charizard gets picked up on that engineer as Ceratops finds him. And Oogie looking for stuff. The question is, will they get anything out of this? We're going to see a TP as well, so this is going to be basically heavy split push. Imbaboy is here, and I don't know. It's not working the greatest for PI. They are going to lose the racks on top lane. Shrunken Head's going off all over the place. Now going to be in some trouble. Tundra ultimate onto Kraken. They will be able to finish off Rhapsody, but Tundra pays for it. Now Kraken trying to run away. That's not going to happen. Buyback coming through from Rhapsody, and Imbaboy is going for the Shrine, which is, I don't know if that's a great plan. In the bottom lane, actually, in the meantime, Priceless is going to fall. We're going to see if they can do anything on this Chipper. Softway is going to go down and shorten some people. Imbaboy is going for this Rax, and they can't stop it. Voodoo Puppet goes on to the Rhapsody. She's dead. We're going to see double ports coming back in. They have to stop this. They got canceled. No! Chipper Rockets canceled ports. And that's going to be it. Oogie, he's in the well. He's going to die. What the heck are they doing? They're well diving because they have to get back here and buy back to save the game. Tempest ultimate onto 2. The Shrunken the Shrine is still alive. They're going to kill Tempest. They're Shrunken Master. They're going to kill Tundra. They don't have enough damage. The Shrine's still alive.
Holy shit!
What's going on? What is going on right now? I don't understand. That was a hell of a play from PI. They're like, we have to suicide to the fountain so we can buy back and respawn in the well. The Sacrificial Shrine is currently at 190 health.
Holy shit.
Reason Gaming is really close to doing something pretty nutso here. They can't leave the base. They can't leave the base. They don't have a buyback on Tundra, but they don't know that. Oh, this is okay.
That's pretty huge.
Okay, this is interesting. Meanwhile, actually, Ceratops in the Legion side base. Plague Rider's here as well. NG Field gonna go down, but he's gonna die right off the bat. They're gonna go for the Shrine on the Hellborn side now, meanwhile. But Chipper looking to finish this off. Glacial Blasts are there. They're gonna kill him. He's not gonna be able to get any damage down. Meantime, back in the Legion base, they will take the second Tier 4 tower. Magmus and Engineer trying to do as much as they can. Chipper with the buyback. They're trying to chase down Oogie and see if they can do anything. Plague Rider ulti bouncing around, not doing too much as the Steam Bath comes back off. Engineer will be able to get kick stun and a counter sheep stick onto the Magmus. Sawblade's gonna go down, but not gonna be able to save Magmus. They managed to pick off Engineer as well. Puppet respawning because he was already out of buybacks. Here comes Tundra, gonna be able to get the stun onto Oogie. Will they be getting anything? Rhapsody needs the ultimate, but immediately get canceled by the Puppeteer's hole, and he will be able to kill Oogie. Oogie has one buyback left. He's gonna probably have to use it. Voodoo Puppet onto the Plague Rider. He's gonna die here as well. And the Legion Shrine is having half health. What is going on right now? This is the most ridiculous game. We do have Imbaboy back up. He's got a post haste. We have post haste as well on Shorecan. And Oogie and Kraken actually in the Legion Woods. They're going to try to find Puppet, and they're going to kill him. He's got no buyback. I don't know if Reason can win this game at this point without Imbaboy in it. Zane is back up along with Engineer and Chipper. And Ceratops is going to look to finish off the Shrine. In the meantime, Chipper and Tundra both coming back up here. Will they have anything to do with it? Glyph of Fortification going to go down. Tempest is going to die. He doesn't have a buyback. Reason Gaming going to win!
Legion wins.
No.
Oh no! Oh
shit, no.
PI, it hurts. What a fucking game! Holy shit, that ending.
Yep. That's really well played.
I think I have to go change my pants now. Oh my god.
That's incredible. Incredible.
I don't know what just happened. Prime Icarus, no! No, PI. Jesus Christ. I want to say something intelligent about that game, but my brain has melted out of my ears. please say something intelligent about that game, because I don't know what to do right now.
No, it was I don't know, like huge split pushing, huge split pushing for the heroes they had from Legion side.
Yeah, Amberboy, man, dude, he knew what was up. Amberboy and Zane were crazy. That puzzle box did so much work too. Okay, well, all right, I'm starting to compose myself. Okay, yes. So Reason Gaming, good stuff from them. PI also perhaps maybe should have started to push at some point ever a little bit. Would have been good in that mid game. They're like, we got a Tempest ultimate, a Kraken ultimate, Plague Rider ultimate for like 30 minutes, and nobody really did anything. But oh boy. All right, okay. That's I gonna have to process that. So, game 1 goes to Reason Gaming. We'll be moving on to game 2 in a couple of minutes, and words failed me. So, see you in a minute, guys.